Yeah. Okay, so here we are, we're on stand. I've got my old Beretta 303, which has had God knows how many cartridges through it, probably 150,000 plus. I never did get round to finishing it off properly, but it's a fabulous old gun. And so we're going to shift this low house at Skeet. We're on station 2, break point, gun hold, eyes to where I first see it as a blur. So, break point, roughly for me, rear foot at about 90 degrees, the point of minimum tension for the shot. I wind back to where I first see the target in focus, and I take my eyes back to where I first see the blur. Pull. Pull. Seems to work. We talked about forward allowance before, and so now let's just consider forward allowance. Generally, early on in the shooting process, I won't complicate it with forward allowance, certainly not in any sophisticated form, but I want to talk a little bit about leading the bird now, also called forward allowance, and there are 3 or 4 systems which are commonly used. So here we are, station 2 at Skeet again, and the old traditional system is swinging through from behind the bird. And if you're clay shooting, that means you may have your point of insertion, to use the technical term, maybe a little bit further back than with other systems. So here we go, pull. And one more of those. Pull, coming through from behind. And there we have a nice kill. Right, next system. Pull, excuse me, commonly called pull away. And so, with this system, I'm going to come onto the bird and then pull ahead of it. Pull on it and pull ahead of it. And again, pull on it and pull ahead of it. That's sometimes called the CPSA system. Now let's go to maintained lead. And there are different systems of maintained lead, but I shall keep it simple for this. We're just going to stay ahead of the target with this system. The target itself never catches up with the gun barrels, and you start in front of it. I would say here about a foot in front, a foot to 2 foot in front. So here we go, pull. Now there's one other system I want to discuss, which is my own positive shooting system. And with that, you're not consciously aware of forward allowance. It's all based, as we were teaching before, on good preparation and visual contact. So there's my kill point, there's my hold point, my eyes looking back now to where I see it as a blur. Pull! Four basic systems, and there are others. In fact, there's about 12 different ways you can shoot the bird, but that'll do for a start. Well, I felt we've got quite a brisk morning, but it's really good. It's really satisfying working with young people who are coming into the sport. And again, I just want to emphasize some of these basics, and my pockets are a bit stuffed, but never mind. Very important on your basic shooting position. You see a lot of people sort of standing like this when they're starting. Can you see my feet in the shot? Yeah, you can see people like this. You don't want that. You want to have your feet about shoulder width apart, most of the weight on the front foot. And if you're in that position, and there's lots of variation on it, but you've got the opportunity for really good body rotation, upper body rotation. Lots of people miss shots because they don't have the weight on the front foot. And I don't mean like that, I just relaxed on the front foot. And also because they don't keep moving with it. So, nose, hip, toes. Nose over toes is the old saying. And think about moving that upper body well. And as you move the upper body, you're also lifting a little bit with the front hand. I don't want to complicate it. Remember, nose over toes.